Joined by Mercer head coach Susie Gardner, Kiki Calloway, and Amanda Thompson, we'll start with opening statements from Coach.
Well, first of all, I have so much respect for Jackie and the job she's done at Furman, and she's a great coach. They have a great program. Her team played hard. She made great changes within the course of the game in terms of getting the ball to Petty when Petty was playing so well, and just made great coaching adjustments. It was obviously a back and forth game, and either team could have won that game, and we just got lucky that the last shot bounced off the rim. But I'm so proud and happy for these 5 seniors. And, Kiki had to play the point guard for us all year, and that's not her natural position. She didn't want to play the point guard, but, hey, she got it done, and we went undefeated again. And then Amanda, just the glue of this team and doing everything we asked her to do. And but this was hard. But let's think about what these seniors have done in the last 2 years. Gone undefeated in the regular season and won 2 championships. So that's a lot of winning. And I'm not saying we're the best team that's ever come through the SoCon by any stretch, but these seniors know how to win. And we got it done tonight somehow.
All right, questions?
For Amanda, if it's at all possible to compare the emotions this year as opposed to last year, what are the differences and similarities, especially being a senior?
I couldn't even tell you. I think both of them was just such an emotional high when the buzzer goes off, because it was back and forth, and Coach, they got that offensive rebound kick out. Sanford did the same thing to us in regular season to hit the shot. So I think we were all a little nervous. And so when it bounced off, it was just crazy. I think last year it wasn't quite as down to the wire, and so it was a little more build-up. But today was just like buzzer went off. It was awesome.
Kiki, you came back in this game and just completely lit it up, 30 points. Can you just talk a little bit about your performance? And kind of what this means to you to be able to shine on the stage yet again?
Well, first, I just want to give credit to my teammates for finding me, finding me to get open shots, and also my coaches and my teammates as well for believing in me to take those long, crazy, deep shots. They just so happened to win in today, and I just tried to come in with focus, to just lead my team and just be the best that I could be, because if I'm at my best, everyone else will be at their best, and we'll have the best chance to win.
And again, I know Hayesville isn't exactly next door to Asheville, but is there anything special or unique about playing for and especially winning these titles in Western North Carolina?
Oh, it's awesome. I have probably 50 people in the crowd right now, at least, either from my family or my hometown. So just being able to play in front of them and them getting the opportunity to come up, it's incredible. It's been so much fun.
Coach, if you could just kind of tell me a little bit down the stretch, you guys were losing going into the fourth quarter. What do you tell them? And then obviously you saw your seniors and Shannon respond in a big way to come back and win the game.
I don't know if these 2 guys will agree, but I tried to be Miss Positive in the huddle in between the third and the fourth quarter. I had to get out of my normal character, but I just looked at him and I said, y'all, we're seniors. We've been here. We got this. I wasn't sure we had it, but I had to try to convince myself to convince them that we had it. And another part, it wasn't just what I said. They're really good at talking to each other. Kiki has good ideas about running the play a certain way. Amanda's always building up the team and saying positive things. So, we just tried to keep it positive, even though it looked a little shaky. 16-9 in the third quarter. They just were hitting shots, and we weren't getting stops, and we weren't hitting shots. But this is off the subject, but I thought Tia Benvenuti played outstanding, our freshman point guard. I thought she really helped and allowed Kiki to go to the wing and enabled us to run different plays than what we normally run. So that really helped, I think, Kiki kind of get in the flow. So hats off to her as well.
Coach, how big was Shannon down the stretch? She did the same thing when you guys played Mercer or played Furman at home, had nothing going into the fourth, and then hit all those big shots when you guys needed them.
Well, when I was in my negative Susie mode, I kept saying, y'all can't just sit there and watch Kiki do everything. Somebody else has got to step up. And, we mentioned to Shannon that she was 0 for 3 during halftime. And, But Shannon also has the job of guarding, Chloe Wannick, two days ago, and then she guards Davidson, and she's running around chasing these little quick players around. And so, but at the same time, we said, hey, Shannon, body language, she's a sophomore. This is the first championship game. She didn't play last year. She was on our team, but she didn't play. So she probably is not sure what her role is in the waning moments. So, we just said, hey, do what you do. And started running a few more plays for her and letting her pull up. And then she got some offensive rebounds. That was key because Amanda's usually our only offensive rebounder, so it was key for her to get going. And then the steal, the denial and the steal and the full court layup may have been the play of the game for us, momentum-wise.
Coach, can you just reflect or expand on the way that you've kind of built up this program, the way it's been built and been building from your first 2 years in the program to these last couple of years?
I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back that far. You mean we won 2 games, you mean, and then 6 games? Obviously it's been a process, but and those years were just not a whole lot of fun at all. But it took a little bit of time, but it took bringing this class in. Obviously the class that graduated last year, but this class is the one I think that took us over the ledge. And so I think sometimes, when you go into a program and they're already good. Now Mercer's really good in the 70s and so forth, but it's been a while since they were good. You take over a program, the pressure is to just maintain the success. When you've had no success in a while and you win, ever how many games in a row that we've won, it's so fulfilling to know that not just me, but our players, but our assistant coaches and our graduate assistants, everybody that does all the stuff behind the scenes. I'm very humbled because I know I've been in a lot of different places. I know how hard it is, but I'm also very appreciative of the people that don't get the credit that we 3 get. The people that are behind the scenes that believe in us and allow us to have these types of opportunities. For example, our band, our Mercer Maniacs, our fans, and our president allows students to come on a spring break. I mean, what a great environment this is for our players to play under, So it's not just what we've done, it's just the whole Mercer family, what they've done, and it helps us be successful.
For the players, your all's defense was so good down the stretch. It seemed like you knew every play they're going to run. Kiki, you almost had a couple steals, and Amanda, you were right on top of everything. Talk about your all's defense, how big it was down there in the last couple minutes.
Well, prior to each game, we have scouts, and I can't tell you, I don't know how much sleep they've gotten, but they do a great job every game to give us a wonderful scout, and it's just up to us to come out and execute. And then down the stretch, we knew how big it was, and I just tried to just get out and just cause some chaos, whatever it is, just take a risk, What else did I have to lose? It's a championship game, so I just tried to get out and play the gaps and just try to make something happen.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to scouting for us, really, because we had just played Furman, so we remembered a lot of their stuff. And so starting, I guess, Friday night, we watched personnel, and then yesterday it was just full of whether or not it was individual films with assistant coaches or team practice, and then team film a couple times last night, just pounding in. We knew what they were going to run and just knew how we wanted to defend it, and so then just executing that. I think that comes down to just having experience, being seniors. That's something that comes with age, like being able to remember offenses and how we want to defend them. So I think that really helps us.
Coach, winning a SoCon title is obviously a big deal, but this also gets you another reward. You get to go back to the NCAA tournament. Can you talk a little bit about what that means? 2 in a row to get to go and play on that big stage.
Well, it's interesting because I'm watching some of these other conferences and they're worried about, are they going to be a number 1 seed, and where are they going to go to Chicago? Are they going to go to Greensboro? And they're all worried about, they're not worried about winning their conference championship quite as much as we are. I mean, and I'm watching, I'm like, y'all don't know how much pressure ACC, SEC, Big Ten, Pac-12, it's pressure to be at a mid-major and to know and the success that these guys had this year, and to know that it's going to come down to these 3 games, and tonight, this game. So it's a lot of pressure for a mid-major, and so that's why I think the emotion on the floor for these players, I don't think y'all were thinking about the NCAA tournament tonight. I don't think they were, but as we ride the bus home and we get to catch our breath and reflect, which we haven't done a lot of, I'm sure I haven't, we will understand what a big deal this is for this program, because last year was the first time we'd ever done it. And now for these guys to get to do it back to back, it's just so, I love these seniors. I love them. And I just wanted, I prayed like every 2 hours this whole weekend, because I have to calm myself down somehow. I just said, I said, I want it for these seniors. Not for me, but for these guys and all that they've put in.
All right, that's all we have time for. Thanks, everybody.